Hello, this is a video response to Olivia's video on what is your favorite mythical creature. And basically, my favorite creature is the dragon. I love dragons. I've loved them since I was about 5 years old, and I have such a strong fascination with them. And yes, I do believe that they exist, just like any other mythical creature. However, I believe that they live in a different realm. Because obviously we have 11 different realms, planes of existence. And yes, I believe that it's quite possible for... quite possible for mythical creatures to exist in other planes. I'll get into that in a different video. But yes, I love dragons. I have my dragon pendant. I have this little guy who I love to death. I have my tattoo here. It is not a 5. It is a symbol for a dragon. Basically, this up here is the wing, and this is the tail, and right now you are not seeing it from the right perspective, or the right position, but you see it, you get what it is. This is my fairy dragon. They are known as the tiniest dragons in existence, and they are tricksters. They love to play games. They're kind of like fairies themselves. They like to take shiny objects such as keys and stuff. The dragons are also known as, they love riddles. So, like, you can't ask them a question because they will not give you the answer. If they do, it is a riddle. You have to figure it out. Kind of like goddess. But, yes, I absolutely love dragons. I love all different types of dragons, but as being American and being a modern girl, I love the 4-legged winged dragons. I just do. There's also the wyvern. I believe that that's how you say it. I know how to spell it. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. It's W-Y-V-E-R-N. Basically, 2 legs and the wings. And the tail. So yeah. I like those as well. But I absolutely love the 4-legged winged dragon. Basically American. And it amazes me of how all these different countries can have so many different tales of dragons, and they look similar. I mean, sure, they have different views on them because they look different to them, but they all have stories of dragons. Every one of them. And you guys may think that I'm a wackadoo and a weirdo, but I believe that at one point, dragons actually existed in the physical world. But, as with pretty much anything that we come into contact with that is not the norm, if we see it and it's different, we attack it. Either out of defense because we feel threatened, or out of the need to explore, what is this? How does this work? I need to know what this is. And why is it here? And basically, we decide not to do experiments. Or we catch them and try to dominate them and, basically make them domesticated. In which there's only so much that you can take out of another being in order to domesticate them. But at some level, they're still going to be wild. And I believe that because of their ability to go in between planes of existence, that they basically fled from this plane into the next, to the point that we can't see them. That is my belief. Whether you think I'm weird or not, I don't give a damn. Just don't call the loony bin on me. It's a belief, it's a thought, so whatever. But yes, I love dragons. I've had this specific dragon in my head that I created since I was a sophomore in high school. So that would have been 2004. That's 7 years ago. And over the years, he has slowly developed and changed, but same dragon's still in my head. Basically, he has to do with a story that I am still creating in my head. But it's kind of difficult in order to get the ideas from my head to the paper or to the computer or whatever it is that I'm trying to write. And this has something to do with it, which is why it's so simple. This is all that it is. There's nothing more to it. It's just very, very simple. And plus I can't draw. So, yeah. Trying to think of any other dragon things that I have. But one day, probably in the next couple years, because for the past couple years I've been wanting it, I will be getting another dragon tattoo, and I mean an actual dragon. You know, either on my side or going down my thigh. I haven't decided yet. But it's going to cost me up over $300, which is why I haven't gotten it yet. But basically, the dragon that's in my head is going to be on my body. Because I love dragons that much. So yeah. You've heard about how I love dragons. So yeah. It's probably one of the most common favorite mythical creatures, but quite honestly, I don't give a damn. Because they are fascinating, fascinating creatures. They truly, truly are. So, thank you for watching, and God bless.